Alright, we're here with a new macro, GDG color Vals. This is the X6 version. The X5 version is going to be exactly the same. Basically, the first part of the Mac, you modify a specific value on all selected items. So if I was to select, these are RGB by the way, if I was to select a few shapes here, I could modify the blue value. I can add, subtract, or equal. If I set it equal, I could make it all 255, so only the blue value would change to 255 on all these shapes. So if I notice I select this shape, 255 in our second part, which I haven't went over yet. There's the values. I could subtract 25 from that. Let me reset them again, and I'll go subtract right here, and I'll click go. And it subtracted 25, so now it's 230. We subtract 100. You could even do it with the green too, and they'll subtract 100. There's already 0. It's as low as it can go. So pretty neat way to change your values across a bunch of different shapes. You got to make sure you're working with RGB, or it won't take effect if you use any of these on a CMYK shape. So for CMYK I have down here, I could add K of 100 up to all these and click go. Now the K value is 100. You can't see, but there is a tint of color on these. I'm going to subtract 50 from the K value, and I'll click go. See, I could add 25 to their K value. Pretty neat way to work with shapes. Colors, easy to modify values across a bunch of shapes. Our second function here, basically it gets the value from a single selected shape. So if I select a shape, I have it on live mode, so you'll see what your value is quickly. And you could modify that. Like this one's 75. If I wanted to change that quick to 95, and I'll just hit change, and it changed it. I could change that on all the selected shapes with these buttons. I just got to make sure that they are CMYK, or the change won't take place. So if I want this value on all the shapes, let me uncheck the live. I'm going to select all my shapes and change in all selected items. So I just made all the shapes the color that was that. I could select all CMYK fills that are this color. So I'll hit show here on this color. Let me duplicate that one. I want to select all RGB fills that are this color. It'll select these two items. Very handy if you have a lot of stuff going on in the page. Easy way to find out what you got. And select them, modify their values. Easy way to modify a value here. If I want to change that to 135, I'll just hit change, and it changed it. Real easy to work with there. And our third part of the macro is very handy. I'm going to move this form up so you can see the rest. It's a pretty big macro. This labels the shapes. So if I was to select all these shapes, I could do them one by one if I want. So let's do that first. I'll do a one by one. The placement, where you want the label to be placed, I'll just leave it on the side. Point size, I'm going to show hex color, and I'll do one by one. So I'll just click, 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 and we'll do a couple more down there. Press escape when done, and it's just pretty neat. You can make color swatches. I can select all these labels with this select all, and then I can press delete, or I can delete all on all pages. So if you want to make huge color swatch booklets on multiple pages, this is great. You can process all on current page, all pages, or selected. Default is selected. I'm going to delete these, and I'll just select them. I'm going to move it to the bottom, and I'm going to process all. I'm going to increase the point size to 16, and there we have it. Easy way to find out what colors you got, and then you can simply just delete them. So if you're curious what colors you're using for any work that you're outputting and you just want to see the colors quickly, click process all. It'll show you the colors. Then you can just delete. Hex color probably come in handy for some people. Here's some miscellaneous things. This will convert. This uses Draw's internal conversion. So if this is RGB, if I want to convert it to CMYK or back, quick way to do that. Select, same thing here, outline colors. And this macro here works with outlines or fills. You can change that up here too. You can do your outlines, fills, or both. Here you can do your outlines or your fills. For a convert, we can do outlines, fountains, or just everything, convert it all to CMYK. Quick shortcuts, pretty powerful. Quick shortcuts for selecting on your page. Select any or all with RGB. Selected all those. Select any or all with CMYK. Selected all. It selected everything because it's looking at outlines too. That means any. So we know we have outlines. So if I only want to select outlines, CMYK, everything's, I could change these to RGB outlines. And it wouldn't. There we go. CMYK, RGB. Hope you enjoyed the macro. Pretty feature packed. And I currently have it at $9.99. Real cheap. Has a lot of code for creating all these functions. Hope you guys enjoy the macro.